Hi, so this video I'll be talking about how to get into computer vision and entirely based on my experiences. So there's nothing right or wrong, and I wouldn't say that just follow my path, but I would say, yeah, if you follow my path, you'll be better, comfortable rather than random experimenting and banging your head against all the possible walls. Yeah. So let us begin. So what is computer vision? To be very fair, like computer vision is understanding of images and videos, analyzing them and inspecting them with the help of algorithms, with the help of machines, better to say, rather than without any human intervention. That is computer vision. How it started? It started off with traditional statistical methods, which are you can find them in OpenCV. You can find OpenCV is the most popular way to understand the old school traditional statistical computer vision methods. Yeah, so I also had the very same journey. I didn't understand what computer vision is, so I started off with OpenCV, used various blogs, read to various. I used to read various blogs, refer some tutorials about how to start with computer vision using OpenCV. OpenCV is basically all you need to learn about with the help of what tradition. All you need to learn about the fundamentals of computer vision. So either you take up any elective course at your university or college level, or you can take up any MOOC course. You can take up any MOOC course. You can take up any elective course, any either of them, and basically you should learn about what the computer vision fundamentals are. Once you get the hold of what computer vision fundamentals are and have a fair understanding, you can proceed to preliminary experimentation and project making with the help of OpenCV. So once you proceed with OpenCV, you will learn about the various things. My first experiment, my first project with the help of OpenCV was recognizing people's face, recognizing hand, and some things like those. So OpenCV is a very vast library, helps you perform the statistical aspect of computer vision. Spend some time, spend 2 to 3 months with OpenCV, experiment what it is, learn the computer vision fundamentals extremely well. So that is, you can compromise with OpenCV, but you cannot compromise with the computer vision fundamentals. Yeah. So these are available anywhere and everywhere. Either go for a MOOC course, go for an elective at your college. Just understand what the computer vision fundamentals are, and you will be way better off than anybody else who hasn't done the same. Yeah, so then we proceed to deep learning. Then we proceed to deep learning aspect of computer vision. There are various aspects. It's a very vast field. The deep learning version of computer vision. So, if you have to start with the deep learning version of computer vision, I would say you start with neural networks. You understand what neural networks do, how neural networks can help you perform classification, understand the concept, what optimizers are the best, what you need to perform scaling, you need to perform normalization, divide by 255, what is the logic, what are the three channels, how to manipulate channels, how to manipulate image channels. Those, so basically there's one aspect on a very practical sense. So if you do any online course on computer vision, they'll teach you how to use a neural network and get the prediction, right? So that is one aspect. But before that, what you should be really good with is data engineering, and that comes without any saying. You should be good, extremely well with data saying and data engineering, and comfortable with it. So you have raw data is not fixed. Data can be in any format, any random, absurd, weird, bogus format. So you get the data, you transform it to a suitable standard method, and once you do that, you're good to go. But if so, this is available nowhere. How do you learn this? You learn this by more and more projects. The more and more projects you take, more and more different kind of data sets you take, the better you get with data engineering on the pre-processing part of your deep learning pipeline. Once So first is let that be there, right? Deep learning pipeline, data engineering has to be done, inevitable, no compromise with that. It will be there with every project you do, with every project you do, until and unless you're experimenting with a toy data set. Proceeding to the second part, the modeling and experimentation. So we have traditional neural networks, then we have convolution neural networks. Then we have convolution neural networks. Then we have transfer learning. Then we have object detection. We have segmentation. We have GANs. Right. So the best path to learn all of these in a very what you say, in the best possible way. In the best possible way. So you start with neural networks. You start with neural networks. Neural network is training from scratch without any pre-learning. So that is how it started. You train with neural networks. You understand how you feed the input, how it goes, how it gets processed, right? So there's you start with neural networks. You start with neural networks. Then what people usually do, they start with neural networks. They try to learn what convolution neural networks are, a little bit of CNNs. Then they straight away proceed to transfer learning. Rather, most of the people do not even touch neural networks and convolution neural networks. They straight away proceed to transfer learning, and that is the worst possible mistake or blunder you can ever make. Never ever do the same. Start with neural networks, experiment a bit how you can manipulate neural networks, learn that neural networks are good, then how convolution neural networks improvises the concept. The convolution neural networks takes away filters, generates filters. So there will be a concept of filters. If you had learned about filters in the computer vision fundamentals, as I referred few minutes back, then you'll be you'll understand what the idea behind is, what the thought process was. So you understand what the filters are. So convolution neural networks generates filters. It generates filters. So yeah, so it generates filters. It generates features. It generates low level features, high level features, top level features. Based on that, it identifies. Yeah, so low level features are the preliminary features. Top level, mid level features are like combination of low level features to generate something meaningful, and top level features are like eyes, nose, ears, hair, all those kind of things. So those are top level features. Nevertheless, if you do any course, you will get to learn the same. Proceeding to from convolution neural networks, there was the idea like if I have already trained my network on a very large data set, on an extremely huge data set, why not you take my trained model and resume your training from there, right? So that was the concept of transfer learning, and that is widely or majorly used until and unless your project is genuine, or your project involves with classes, that is not present in the data set that the pre-trained model was trained on, right? So that is one possibility. So in that case, you need to train from scratch. Then we have pre-trained model architectures. There are various architectures for image classification, for object detection, for segmentation. So this is the classification thing. So I didn't cover all, but I did cover a major aspect. Classification is the fundamental. Spend a lot of time with classification. I would say 1 year is more than enough, but you should spend a lot of time with classification. And classification is the fundamental, and widely used. Then you might go to object detection or segmentation. So I usually people stop over there. People go to classification, then they go to object detection and stop their journey. So I started with classification, then I proceeded to segmentation, then I proceeded to GANs, and lastly visited object detection. Reason being, in object detection you don't get to do a lot of stuff. It is all about scripting and running shell commands. So it's all about running shell commands, and it's all about scripting. And yeah, so I understood what the theory behind is, what actually takes to learn object detection, what it involves, what it doesn't have. But I didn't do any object detection experiment. I proceeded to segmentation. Why segmentation? What segmentation is? So you have classification. Classification gives an output, like it is from class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it takes away the output and extracts out the feature map. So segmentation is all about extracting out the feature map. So you proceed from classification to segmentation. There are various model: unit plus plus, dense unit, this unit, that unit. There are segmentation models. Is a Python package segmentation model that is extremely popular. Widely used, best available Python package for segmentation. I would say why don't. If you have to learn segmentation, that's the best place. Segmentation is widely or majorly used for the medical industry, but it can be applied to various other industries as well. Then we proceed to GANs. So GANs, what is GANs? GANs is an entirely different concept, entirely different understanding, entirely different school of thought. It is about taking some images, generating some images, can be used for generating images, that can be used for data augmentation, or you can use image translation. So let us say this is a real image. I can translate it to a cartoonized image or a sketch. That is all. So GANs is a very new field, extremely new field, and there are many various research projects, interesting research projects in GANs, which you can learn from internet. Yeah, so that GANs is entirely different. Now, then you come back to object detection. When you come back to object detection, you learn about your understanding with computer vision will I guarantee that your understanding with computer vision would rapidly improvise what you have ever any picture which was there in the back of your head would attain a much greater level of clarity. You'll attain a much greater understanding once you deal with object detection at the end of your computer vision journey. Why? Why? Because you have learned a lot about computer vision, you understand the metrics, you understand the various aspects of computer vision. So once you want to do the same, and you get back to object detection at the very end, you understand like what object detection is, how you can help yourself with object detection. Then being a core computer vision guy to an object detection which is even performed by non ML or AI practitioners, you being a core computer vision guy or a deep learning guy would have a much greater understanding and clarity, and that does help. And I would say it hardly takes a day or two to understand computer vision, to understand the object detection once you are into computer vision. Now coming to the frameworks and the libraries, you can start with PyTorch, you can start with TensorFlow, you can start with Keras. But as I already mentioned in my previous video, if you saw that video, Keras is the best way to start. You start with Keras, then you proceed to PyTorch or you can proceed to TensorFlow. Preferably proceed to TensorFlow. TensorFlow has a greater community support as well as easier integration with TPU, GPU, and everything. One and the same thing. So you proceed with Keras, experiment with Keras for at least 1 year. Keras is a very vast and a simple beginner friendly library or a framework. I would prefer working with Keras. I worked with Keras for more than a year. So, and it solves the purpose very well. Keras is for easier, faster prototyping. Now, if you want customization, if you want performance improvisation, you will switch to TensorFlow. Keras is built on top of TensorFlow. So once Keras, then proceed to TensorFlow, then proceed to custom TensorFlow, then proceed from GPU to TPU, learn what TF records are, what NumPy arrays are. NumPy arrays take up a lot of memory of your RAM. So a solution to that was TF records in memory datasets. And yeah, that's all. And yeah, that's all from my end. If you have any questions regarding computer vision, what are the books or how to start with computer vision, please drop that down in the comment section and check out the description. I might refer a few of the books or resources which might be helpful. That's all. Yeah, have a great journey ahead. Take care. Bye bye.